Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and in this video I'm going to talk about while loop. Alright, let's get started. I'm gonna create one integer variable and I'm gonna make it to 10 variable and I'm assigning a value to it 10. Okay, so how am I going to use while loop and how it is going to be useful in my workflow? So let's say we will have, while loop, let's actually create the skeleton of the while loop, right? So this is how we decorate while loop. We need to use while, we need to write down while and then parentheses and then curly brackets, right? So in parentheses we have to put the condition. Okay, I'm gonna say num bigger than 1, num bigger than 1. So in this case, right, if this condition is happening, the code is gonna get in my while loop. It is going to check if the number is bigger than 1, right? In this case it is bigger than 1, and it is going to keep while, right? While this condition is happening, get in here. While this condition happening, get in here. And it is gonna actually, if you don't do anything inside of the while loop, it's gonna be infinite, right? Infinite execution. So we need to put some increment or decrement here. So let's say my num, all right, my num minus minus, right? My num minus minus. Well, what am I doing here? I am doing decrement, right? Decrement. So I'm gonna print this out. I'm gonna print this out now. Okay, so what is gonna happen here? All right, it is going to print. So the first execution, it is gonna, so first of all, if the condition is happening, if this is true, it is gonna get in my while loop, and then it is going to execute this one, and then it is going to execute this one. It is going to decrease the number by 1, decrease the number by 1. So how many time this is going to happen? And we will see about that, right? We will see about that. Let's execute it. Okay, so what's happening here? The first condition, first execution is happening now, and it is printing out 10. Why? Because my value is already 10 here. And what is the condition? Number bigger than 1. If you say how many times this is happening, this is happening 9 times, right? 9 times. This is happening. So if you say 9, blah, 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 and here, if you say let's make it bigger, I mean equal, right? If you say equal, and then it is going to happen 10 times, right? It is going to happen 10 times. But if you make it so this is greater than or equal, but this is bigger than 1, and then greater than 1, and then it's going to happen 9 times. So this is how actually the while loop works. If I'm going to show you the infinite, right? I'm going to show you the infinite. So this is going to happen, right? So if I run this, as you guys see, look here, infinite loop. Because this condition is always going to happen, right? This condition is always going to be true, right? I need to put here num minus minus semicolon and then run this again. Actually, let me stop this. Yeah, we need to stop it, and this is how you stop it, guys. This is how you stop it. Okay, so and then it is not going to be infinite loop, right? Okay, let me give you another example so you can actually understand it better, right? Number equals 15. I mean, let's say 6. Okay, it doesn't matter. You can give anything, while parentheses, curly brackets, and then I'm gonna put my condition here, number. So let's say number. So we said bigger. Let's say number is less than 15 or 10, right? Number is 10 or equal 10, right? Or equal, right? Okay, equal. So what is my condition here? The condition is I have the number, integer variable, number 6, which has the value 6, and then inside of my condition I am telling Java that number less than or equal 10. Then get in my less than or equal, is it happening? Yes, it is happening. Less than or equal 10, then do something. Okay, in this case we need to figure out that how can I get out of the loop, right? How can I get out of the loop? How can I break this condition? And then number, then you need to actually use the increment, right? So if we increment our number 1 by 1, so the first it is gonna be right. It is getting in my loop, and then it is gonna increase it. It is gonna be 7. It is gonna be 8. It is gonna be 9. It is gonna be 10. It is gonna be 11. Whenever it is 11, it is gonna get out of my loop, right? It is gonna get out of my loop. So let's print it out. And then as you guys see here, actually, let me put some space between the execution so we can understand which one which. So as you guys see, the first execution is 6, right? Because condition is true. Number less than or equal 10. Yes, it is 6, and 6 is less than 10. Okay, the second, 7, and then third, 8, and then fourth, and then 9, right? And then 10. 10 is still executing because less than or equal 10, right? Less than or equal. And then the next execution, it is going to happen whenever it is getting in. So this is 10, it is getting in, and then it is being 11 now. It is not going to get in my while loop next time, right? While loop next time. So the real-time environment. So in the real-time environment, sometimes, so since we are talking about automation, like sometimes we need to check if the element is exist or no. Whatever the result is, I'm gonna put it in, right? So we need a boolean. Boolean is exist equals true, right? Is exist true. Then I'm gonna create another while loop here, parentheses, curly brackets, right? This is how we decorate it. And then is exist gonna be here. And then I'm gonna do something, right? I'm gonna do something, and my UI element, user interface element, exists. So what's gonna happen here? We are so where am I gonna get this? Where am I gonna get this? The Boolean variable, right? You need to create Boolean variable, and then you need to create Boolean variable, and then you need to get it from the UI, and the result. When you run the environment, you need to get it in the real environment. You need to get it from the UI, and then the result is going to be based on that, right? But I'm giving it right now. Maybe true, maybe false, right? If this is true, right? While is going to be true here, and then it is going to get in my loop. So let's say the element is exist. Okay, if the element is exist, maybe I'm gonna do some action, maybe click action, right? Maybe I'm gonna get some text from the UI, right? So what if, and also what if it is false? It is going to be false, and let me actually run it so we can. So this is infinite loop again, right? There is infinite loop. So in this case, so there is one break and continue actions, but I don't want to show you guys here. I'm going to show you guys in the next video, or another video, but this point is while loop, so I don't want to get in that. But here this is going to be infinite loop, right? Because the condition is always going to be true. Okay, so in here, and if I say false, it's not gonna get in my while loop, right? While loop. And also you can also do this. I'll quickly show you this, parentheses and the curly brackets, and I'm gonna put here, you can even put here true or false. I don't know if this is gonna work. This is gonna be infinite, guys, right? I mean, you can also put true inside of the parentheses, right? You can also put true, and also you can put false, right? You can put false. This is not gonna get in my while loop, right? If it is false. Okay. So in this case, we got it here from let me summarize. Let me summarize what we have learned here. So this is the while loop, one of the control flow, right? We call them control flow operations, right? Control flow operations. One of them is while loop. One of them is for each loop, and then do while loop. Okay, we captured while loop here. While my condition is happening, it is going to get in inside of the while loop. If the condition is not happening anymore, it is not going to get in my while loop. And also we need to talk about break and continue in the upcoming videos. And I see you guys in the next video. Please don't forget to subscribe, make a comment, and like the video, and please make a comment about what kind of video you want to see in the next video. Thank you, appreciate it.